Hey guys, welcome back to the garden. It is a rainy Saturday morning. Haven't done an update in a couple weeks. Things have kind of not changed very much out here. We've been slowly harvesting things from the garden. However, last week the weather took a noticeable turn colder. We had nighttime temperatures, freezing temperatures at night, frost a couple days last week. So we did end up taking out the squash plants. You can see behind me the cucamelons didn't survive, and the squash plant in our 12 by 12 bed didn't really stand a chance. It got really cold. So we have a huge amount of work for today. All seems to show up at once, but the plan for today is to try and get the majority of these beds, if not all these beds, ready for the winter time, which includes harvesting the last of our peppers, harvesting the beets, and pretty much taking out anything else we can from this garden. The temperatures for the upcoming week are supposed to be even colder, so there's no chance that anything is going to survive those temperatures. So it's probably going to be a couple day event, but we have lots of coffee, and it's just going to be one bed at a time. We're going to try and multitask today. We're going to try and harvest the beets first, and while the beets are cooking, we are going to clean up the beds, and then eventually we have to pickle the beets and pickle the carrot, or make dilly carrots, and try and preserve everything. So yeah, lots and lots of work to do. Let's do a bit of an overview and see where things stand before we get started, and then we'll see how much progress we make by the end of the weekend. Alright, so as you can see, we had temperatures that easily took care of the squash, cucumbers, cucamelons. Lettuce survived, beets survived, no problem there. Carrots survived. We're still going to take them all out today. Temperatures this week are going to be even colder. Plus it's just, it's going to take so much time to get all this stuff pickled, put away, that, if we don't start today, it's just not going to get done. We did put some poly over the peppers, and it works. It works for, light frosts. You can see everything's still green. Did take a little bit of frost damage in there, but better than having the whole crop wiped out. Again, we are still going to go through, clean up this bed, take out all the jalapenos and everything that we can use. Look at those cayennes; those are awesome. And get that process started. Again, it's just a lot of work and takes a lot of time. So it's something that hopefully we can get the majority of it done this weekend. The only other thing that's in the ground are these Savoy cabbages. Most of them are looking good. The largest one, some animal got in there and took care of that for us. So that was helpful. Strawberries, gotta go through and pick some strawberries. Actually, they put out some berries, but that bed should be ready for next year. And then kale, we are actually going to leave the kale and see what happens. I mean, we're going to harvest it more today. This plant will survive hard frosts, so we'll leave it and see what happens. But yeah, we are lots of work to do, and it's a cold day, so it's not going to be the most enjoyable work. But like I said, a cup of coffee, put some headphones in, and we'll do it one bed at a time. still good. Alright guys, it is Sunday afternoon. We are down in the cold room. Sorry about the lighting down here. It is not very conducive to filming, but then again it's a cold room, so that's kind of to be expected. The rain slowly rolled in Saturday, and by Sunday it was, well, Sunday was a write-off. It was just pouring rain all day. We did end up harvesting 64 pounds of beets and 30 pounds of jalapenos. So we spent Sunday pickling the beets and preserving the jalapenos. So let's see what we have down here, and then I'll see you guys next week. Unfortunately, none of the garden cleanup was done, so be postponing that job for another week. And we'll see if we can get to it next weekend. Every weekend or every week that these jobs get put off just means that when we do get out there, when we do get some sunny weather, it's just going to be really, really cold. So hopefully we can get out there next weekend. The weather improved Sunday night just in time for everybody to go back to work for the week. But that just seems to be how it goes. So take a look and see how much stuff we have canned down here, and then I'll see you guys next week. Alright, so this is what 60-ish pounds of beets look like. I think we've already eaten a couple jars. These are 2-liter jars. These are the 1-liter jars, and I believe these are 75 ml jars of beets. And then lots of 500 ml, 250 ml jars of jalapenos. One thing that did happen this year was, while we were chopping all these, my hands really did start burning. So yeah, maybe we got some pretty spicy peppers this year. But if you are going to be chopping these things up, wear gloves. Some salsa from our tomatoes that we harvested. Pickles from all the pickling cucumbers this year. Not a great harvest, but still enough to do a reasonable number of jars. A few more. Some dilly carrots. Not as many dilly carrots as we would have preferred. We did some green salsa with our green tomatoes, combining cilantro and some other ingredients, a recipe that we found. It's pretty good. So nice to be able to use the tomatoes that don't turn red. We have quite a few of those here. Dilly beans, lots of those. Pickle some cabbage, because we just can't use it all for in time before it goes bad, so we pickle it. And then our mashed potato squash. I think we've eaten about 4 or 5 of these already. Again, these are probably my favorite squash that we get. So pretty good harvest this year. What's left of the acorn and what we got for spaghetti squash, butternut squash are already gone. Pretty disappointed in the spaghetti squash and the butternut squash harvest.